Lucia from the Jeffersontown Library, and I'm here at Blackacre Conservancy in J-Town with Susan Spees, and I'm going to do story time with you. And as you can see, we have two little lambs that were just born a few weeks ago.
Yes, so at Blackacre, as you can see, we have lots of little animals. These are two lambs that were born on Valentine's Day. We have some horses that'll be born during the months of April, May, and June. We have a cow that's going to be born in the next month. And we love to see people come out and visit. So I'm going to put her down. Blackacre, just off of Tucker Station Road. We are Kentucky's first nature preserve in Kentucky, and we are a historic homestead. We have over 300 acres that people can come and explore, but we also have animals. So we're free to the public, and we love people to come out and visit us. And we do have some awesome activities where people can go out to our website, which is visitblackacre.org.
A Home in the Barn by the author of Goodnight Moon, Margaret Wise Brown, and the illustrator is one of my favorites, Jerry Pinkney. And this is one of my friends. We're going to call her Lammakin right now because she's nameless. She was born on Valentine's Day. A Home in the Barn, published by HarperCollins Publishers. Here is the barn. Hear the wind rattle, open the door, and see all the cattle. Isn't that a beautiful red barn? Outside in the cold, hear the wind rattle. Stay in the barn, keep warm with the cattle. What else do you see? Oh, I see a calf, and I see a hen and her chicks, and a tiger cat. The field mice came creeping out of a hole from out of the field where they had lived all summer and all fall. Squeak, squeak. The time had come for them to move out of all their little grass nests in the field and into the big warm barn. How many mice do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. And then there's little ants. I'm about to lose my hat. Nay, shiver, shiver. The breath of the horses rose like smoke in the cold air, and the winter wind told them it was time to move into the big warm barn. Look at all those horses. In the big warm barn, all the animals were waking up slowly and hungrily, except for the little mice in the hayloft who'd been up all night and were just going to bed. High up in the rafters, these are the rafters, the swallows began to chirp in their deep, warm nests of mud. Do you sleep in mud? I try not to. Just as the dawn broke, the bats came whizzing home. You see them? And the cat curled up for a little snooze. There's pigs. And the hens. Moo. A cow and a calf. Winter Morn will be her name, said Jonathan, the farmer, as he rubbed down her silky little curly coat. Lucky she was born in the barn and not in the open field. And see the pig sniffing Jonathan? Biff, bang, bang! The proud bull, Sahara, was stomping in his stall. He had just been dreaming of another bull and was raring for a fight. Here's the barn. Hear the wind rattle outside in the cold. The winter had come whistling in. I bet this is what we looked like out here at Blackacre about 2 weeks ago. The little fat pony who'd been sleeping late jumped up in his stall and scared all the little calves in the barn. 1, 2, 3 calves and a pony. And with so many animals all close together in the barn, it was quite warm. Look, there's even a goat and some more baby goats. Outside in the cold, hear the wind rattle. Come to the barn, keep warm with the cattle. And a cardinal. The goats are talking now. Here is the barn, hear the wind rattle. Open the door and see all the cattle. The farmer is now milking the cow. And that is the end of A Home in the Barn. And here at Blackacre, it's now springtime, so the barn's wide open and the animals are out in the pasture. The goats and the horses and the cattle and our little sheep friends are out in the pasture enjoying the April sunshine. I'm here with Peanut today at Blackacre, and I'm going to read with Peanut. We're going to read Barnyard Dance by Sandra Boynton. Are you ready, Peanut? Barnyard Dance by Sandra Boynton, Workman Publishing, New York, 1993. So this is a good one. You ready, Peanut? Stomp your feet. Clap your hands. Everybody ready for a barnyard dance? Bow to the horse. Bow to the cow. Twirl with the pig if you know how. Bounce with the bunny. Strut with the duck. Spin with the chickens now. Cluck, cluck, cluck. With a baa and a moo and a cock-a-doodle-doo. Everybody promenade 2 by 2. Here you go. Prance with the horses, skitter with the mice, swing with your partner now once or twice. Stand with the donkey, slide with the sheep, now slide back in, scramble with the little chicks, cheep, cheep, cheep. You can't eat my book. With a neigh and a moo and a cock-a-doodle-doo. Another little promenade 2 by 2. Trot with the turkey, leap with the frog, take another spin with the barnyard dog. Turn with the cow in a patch of clover. All take a bow, and the dance is over. With an oink and a moo and a quack, quack, quack. The dance is done, but we'll be back. And that was Barnyard Dance by Sandra Boynton. Thanks, Peanut. You've been great. I'm here in front of the goat pen, and we're hoping to be able to read some to the goats, but, you can't count on goats, really. Mem Fox and Jan Thomas came together to create the book Let's Count Goats, or Sheep. The words are by Mem Fox, and the goats are by Jan Thomas, and it is published by Beach Lane Books from New York, London, Toronto, and Sydney. Here we see a mountain goat frisking in the sun. And here we see a city goat going for a run. And here we see a Blackacre goat. But can we count the seaside goats? I think there's only one. Here we see a drinking goat. And here is a goat eating. But can we count the little goats lost and loudly bleating? 1, 2 little goats and a big police goat. Here we see an airport goat looking for her cases. But can we count the pilot goats with goggles on their faces? 1, 2, up, 3. Here we see a show-off goat playing on the bars. But can we count the rowdy goats careering round in cars? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this goat being safe? You shouldn't drive with your head down. Here we see an overgoat, and this one's going under. But can we count the crossing goats terrified of thunder? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we see a sandpit goat playing with his toys. But can we count the trumpet goats making all the noise? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one has a trumpet on its head. Sorry. Here we see a summer goat with nothing left to mow because he ate all of it. But can we count the winter goats huddled in the snow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh, what's going to happen with that snowball? Here we see a fireman goat climbing through the smoke. But can we count the rescued goats trying not to choke? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we see a soccer goat roaring at the ref. Look at the little ref. But can we count the cheering goats who must be going deaf? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we see the story goats and all their shining eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you count their pricked up ears? You can? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not surprised. And that was Let's Count Goats by Mem Fox and Jan Thomas. So that's the end of my story time. Thank you for joining us out here at Blackacre Conservancy. I hope you guys are able to come out and see what a beautiful place this is with the barn and the house and all the animals and so much room to roam. But before we go, I always like to sing a little song, and we're going to sing The More We Get Together. We're going to use some hand signs. More, together, happy. Okay? The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Spink, spank, spinach. My story time is finished. Thank you so much. And thank you, Blackacre, for letting us come.